Welcome to Champion Stepdad Podcast. We are exploring the unique role of stepdads and how to apply performance psychology skills to become better father figures and role models. Building a band of brothers by focusing on empathy and accountability. Empathy because being a stepdad is tough. Accountability because I get it, being a stepdad is tough, but you chose this role, so do it as best you can. My name is Neil Wadier. In addition to being a stepdad, I'm also a resilience trainer and a performance consultant, encouraging you to join the Champion Stepdad Facebook group, get involved, and grow your band of brothers. Continuing to explore the 7 C's of resilience, we looked into confidence, competence, connection, and character. Today, we're discussing contribution. Contribution is the part played by a person in bringing about a result or helping something to advance. You make your home and community better by contributing your knowledge, skills, and abilities, giving for the benefit of yourself and others, helping others feel welcome, helping others feel they're able to contribute to make a difference, knowing they can benefit themselves and others, believing their efforts are appreciated often leads to increased willingness to take action and make choices. So, contribution by yourself, by you, into your family, into your environment. Not only are you contributing to your environment, you're contributing to others being more willing to contribute to your environment, to your family, to your community. We also have to remember that studies have found people who give without expectation of return feel an increased sense of happiness, fulfillment, a lot of words that you can use here, but essentially when you give for the sake of giving with no intention of return, simply to make other people feel better or to improve your environment or to improve your family or to improve your community, that giving improves your well-being. This circular reciprocal relationship exists where your contribution is enhanced by your confidence, competence, character, and connection. So you have confidence in your abilities, you have competence in your abilities, confidence in your ability to accomplish something. You have the character development that encourages you to want to help. And you have this connection to a community or an environment. It enhances your desire and your willingness to contribute. Your willingness to contribute and your fulfillment of that contribution in turn enhances your confidence, your competence, your character, your connection. So although they are all unique, they are all very interrelated. You enhance one, chances are you're going to enhance another. Contribution often requires some type of trust. I have to trust that my efforts will be accepted as beneficial and I will receive personal internal reward for my actions. Sometimes it's a blind trust. I'm just going to do these things and I hope that they are received appropriately. I hope that they are going to be beneficial. Your contribution begins at home by showing what it means to be selfless by serving others. You fulfill your responsibilities at home. In our house, we intentionally avoid the term chores. The term chores can make certain responsibilities feel like something that you have to do. There's some type of obligation, you're going to begrudgingly accomplish these things. Instead, we use the word responsibilities. We talk about responsibilities inherent to our home, inherent to being a part of our family. The responsibilities, the emphasis of responsibilities leads to more of an outlook on pride in our home and being part of an honorable family. You can view things like doing dishes or laundry or vacuuming as a necessary evil, or you can see them as responsibilities necessary for a healthy home. At ages 8 and 10, my 2 stepsons are often responsible for dishes or folding their own laundry and other potentially tedious responsibilities, but we turn it into an opportunity for them to positively contribute. And yeah, it's, ultimately you're right. It is a chore. It's something that has to be done. One of the ways that I've encouraged their positive contribution is giving them positive reinforcement for accomplishing the task, even when the task is not perfectly done. They load the dishwasher, and rather than bitching at them that, hey, it's not done right, I come to them and say, hey, good job, guys. Let me give you a couple pointers of how you can do this better next time. And I have seen a significant improvement on, like, talking about it like a puzzle. Like if we're going to sit down at the table and actually do a puzzle, well, I talk to them about loading the dishwasher similar to a puzzle. Hey, think about this. If you do it this way, the water can spray on the dishes better, more effectively, right? And then you turn it into a responsibility thing of, then we're going to use less water and less soap because we're washing dishes fewer times, right? So you can take a couple angles here, and the pride in doing a job really well done, the idea of continuous improvement, that idea of getting better each time. Hey, great job. Let me show you something so you can do it even better next time. And oh, by the way, great job, because you're contributing to a healthy environment because we're not using as much water. Like that's the kind of stuff that kids, they hear a lot in school. So you tie those things together and it now becomes something that they are accomplishing. They get that sense of accomplishment. This kind of involvement in responsibilities of a healthy household, it also helps us maintain healthy boundaries. Cindy and I don't fall trap to the lazy parent, that lazy parent trap. So rather than taking the extra, often frustrating time to hold children accountable, the lazy parent just gives up and takes care of everything. Sounds contrary, but it's easier to just do it yourself than it is to hold people accountable, even if you have to talk to them over and over and over. Turn it into a learning opportunity, give them positive reinforcement for a job well done, and show them how they can do it better next time. Whereas the lazy parent not only does it themselves, but they'll probably be the first ones that are going to complain that they're the only one doing anything in the house. Well, that's because they don't hold anybody accountable. They don't figure out creative ways to get other people involved. People enjoy the feeling of contributing, but it's just like connection. It won't just happen. You have to work towards it, possibly breaking bad habits, which take time, both yours and others' bad habits. So create healthy boundaries. Talk about healthy boundaries in your family. Talk about what it means to be prideful in your home. Create strong connections and encourage contribution from everyone. Start small. Give your children choices. Let them make the choice of how they accomplish certain things. Follow up with them, ultimately hold them responsible, but make sure that it's positive, that you give them a, hey, great job. You did really good. Hey, let me show you. Oh, by the way, here's a little thing that you can do a little bit better next time. And just, it doesn't have to be dramatic improvement. It has to be a little bit better each time. And if they don't follow through, remind them, hey, by the way, you didn't finish that. And there can be accountability. Then there should be accountability. You know what? You guys didn't do the dishes, no iPads tonight, or no TV or no movie or whatever it is. But make sure that you're separating the discipline from the punishment. Don't overdo when what you're trying to build here is contribution, willing contribution. So make sure that you're not missing an opportunity to grow the positivity by beating them down with punishment. Also, when you're allowing them to make choice and to follow through on things themselves, make sure that you're allowing them to do it. Don't be too quick to highly influence or micromanage them. Let them do the job, then come around and talk about it after. Let them do things alone. Teaming up together on other things. Sometimes let them do it alone. Other times jump in and do it with them. And then the learning happens as you're doing the activity. And then they can see you doing it. It's not just them doing it. There's a lot of times I'll jump in and they'll fold laundry with me. I'll do dishes with them. I'll clean the kitchen with them. And I can show them as we go along, hey, put your hand along the counter and see how we're missing some things. We are missing some things. then they want to do a little bit better. It's the responsibility, it's the accountability. Ultimately, it's becoming a productive member of a healthy household. And don't forget opportunities to contribute to and with your spouse. It's not just about the kids. Contribution requires opportunity for both you and for others. Thanks for listening to the Champion Stepdad podcast. I have 2 tasks for you to take away this week. First, choose one action from today's conversation to implement in your life. Second, share this podcast and community with someone who wants to become a better stepdad. I appreciate your direct message feedback and would appreciate your online review of the podcast. Your honest rating and review helps me improve the show and helps others find our community. Thanks and have a great week.